Is Iowa boring? If you're considering a move to Iowa, you might be concerned that Iowa is terminally boring. After all, isn't Iowa nothing more than a giant cornfield, a flyover state? Is everybody in Iowa a farmer? Do we spend our time watching the crops grow and talking about nothing but weather? Do we all live in small towns where they turn off the streetlights at 9 p.m.? No, 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 and no. At the risk of sounding like your mother, only boring people get bored. So let's be honest here. Are you boring? Those might be fighting words. If you Google most boring states, Iowa is going to show up on a variety of lists. I'm not surprised. Lists like that are kind of rigged. Of course, somebody sitting at a copy desk in LA doing a deep dive into census and labor statistics data is going to have a hard time imagining what we could possibly be doing in Podunky, Iowa to keep ourselves entertained. Those studies often look at population density, percent of population over 65, and percentage of households with kids and percentage of married households, all of which make a state like Iowa rank high on the boring meter. So the cards are already stacked against Iowa, with our state population only coming in at 3.2 million. In my opinion, space and a lower population is one of the things that actually makes Iowa great. I love not feeling like there's crowds of people on top of each other all over the place. I like that I can go to spaces and be alone if I want. I like that there's not constant traffic getting in my way every time I get in my car. Solitude and silence is easily attainable. Maybe I just have some innate antisocial tendencies, but in my opinion, constant noise and overstimulation is not what I am looking for in a place to live. Another reason some people might think Iowa is boring is a fair number of people who live in our state are old. Well, now, before you start thinking a walker is required to hang out here, let's just put it out there that the median age in Iowa is 38.1. An estimated 23.7% of Iowa's population is under 18, and about 15.1% of Iowa's population is over 65. For comparison, nationwide, 13.4% of the U.S. population is over 65. There are 12 other states where the median age is even older than here in Iowa. I'm looking at you, Florida. Your impression of the gray hairs here in Iowa. And before you come at me for talking about gray hair, please note that I have some of my own. Your impression of Iowa as an old person state may be influenced by where in Iowa you're looking and living. Look at this map tracking median age by county. You can see that central and eastern Iowa leans much younger, as well as counties with Iowa's more populated cities. So back to the subject of boringness. I think this is true anywhere. If you sit in your house and you wait for opportunity to knock, you're probably going to be bored. If you look around at what's happening, push yourself outside of your comfort zone every once in a while, try some new things, develop new hobbies, and are open to meeting new people, you are not going to be bored. It works the same if you're surrounded by grand mountains and oceans, or if you are here in Iowa and looking at more everyday activities like a rec league, a book club, or a networking event. There's plenty to do, but it's true that Iowa may have a bit slower pace of life than you're used to if you're coming from a big metro. Is that a bad thing? Living in Iowa and intentionally slowing down can help you escape the rat race, help you save money, reduce your stress and anxiety, encourage you to enjoy your life through deeper experiences and connections, and grow your ability to live in the present moment. All of that sounds pretty awesome and definitely not boring for me. While it is true that we don't have professional sports teams, Iowa is a home run for people looking for an overall lower cost of living. Housing prices are quite reasonable in Iowa compared to many other urban areas and actually entire swaths of the country that experienced massive population growth during the migration of the pandemic. Iowa communities are also known for being tight-knit and welcoming, which is a great change for people coming from places where they feel like they're just living in anonymous suburbia. Critics argue that Iowa is lacking in cultural diversity as compared to more cosmopolitan states, which leads to a narrower range of experiences and events. They're not all wrong. Iowa is a pretty white state. In fact, the Census Bureau reports that Iowa is one of the nation's least diverse states, with more than 84% of the population identifying as white. Of course, you're going to find more diversity in Iowa's larger cities, but census data has revealed some interesting information. The 5 Iowa counties with the highest percentage of growth of non-white populations over the last decade, well, they were all outside of central Iowa and home to small and mid-sized towns that have relied on immigrants to buy homes, fill jobs, and raise families. The counties with the highest non-white population growth as of 2020 data are Buena Vista, Wright, Wapello, Marshall, and Woodbury counties. If you're looking for activities that celebrate cultural diversity in Iowa, look around, you will be able to find them. Another argument of Iowa critics is our just limited entertainment scene. They feel our cultural events, theaters, concerts, sporting events, and restaurants are not up to par. Well, again, I would respond by saying that may have a lot to do with where you are looking. Yes, it's true, there's no pro sports teams here in Iowa, but there are 3 universities with rabidly devoted sports fans. Do we have the same level of concerts as places like Chicago or Minneapolis? No, but those places are all within driving distance. The restaurant scene is one area that I may agree on. I think Iowa's limited cultural diversity does impact the variety of restaurants we have available. And in order to get what you're craving, you kind of have to plan, potentially drive, and keep your eyes and ears open. You know, if you want a variety of restaurants to choose from, you have to actually patronize them. So put the effort into supporting those new spots, talk about them on your social media, and encourage people around you to give them a try. So, is Iowa boring? Absolutely not. It's actually a hidden gem that's overlooked and waiting to be explored and appreciated. Iowa is not trying to be something it's not. You may or may not agree with me, and that's okay. Tell me your thoughts about Iowa down in the comments section, and let's talk about it. Is this the kind of video content you're looking for about Iowa? If it is, click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out. If you're planning a move to Iowa and you want some help finding the right place to call home, reach out to me. While I live and work here in the Iowa City area, I do have a network of agents who work in other areas around the state, and I would be happy to try to make a connection for you. You can find all my contact information, as well as several useful free real estate guides in the description box of this video. If you're watching on your phone, just click the title of the video and that will open right up. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.